We made it, everyone. We made it to the first post-release developer's backyard. I'm your Faust player, Krackatoa. And I understand that we've had hardships over the past month. Faust isn't easy to play. He's a hard character. He's not that strong. He doesn't have a lot of damage, but I am working on optimizing that for you. I've been working on combo routing and a document relating to combo routing lately. So I should get everything that I know with respects to doing damage with Faust up and readable soon on Dustloop, the wiki. But we have been blessed by Katano-san, Katano-sensei. And I'm going to read to you and go over this developer's backyard. I don't know what's in it. I saw a single post on Twitter about Burger Sheriff and how he's the brother of Gold Lewis Dickinson. Alright? Don't be depressed. What that means is now we can have fan art of both of them together. So, that's important. Alright? Anyways, let's get started. Developer's Backyard for Guilty Gear Strive. Welcome to another volume of Developer's Backyard. This is Katano from the development team at ArcSys Works. It's been about 2 months since the release of Guilty Gear Strive, GGST. And thanks to all your support, we have sold over 500,000 units between physical and digital versions. So, in case you all don't know or don't remember, Guilty Gear historically has sold like dog shit. Absolute garbage sales. And not just like not selling well, no one knew what Guilty Gear was before Strive came out. And Strive kind of like rode high on the back of DBFZ, right? Strive is like very new for ArcSys. For them to have a property sell this well, this quickly, at like full price, you know, people are buying like DLC and shit. That's 500,000 full retail units. That's a lot for ArcSys. Yeah, this is nuts. And it's because it's their property, right? It's their creation. It's their characters. It's their merchandising and their everything, right? So it's more valuable to them as a first-party property, right? There's more money to be made off of it. So for them to hit it out of the park with their first-party title, right? That's a big deal. That must be a huge relief to everyone at ArcSys. Anyways, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you. That includes me. Nice. You're welcome. In this first post-release volume of Developer's Backyard, I would like to introduce the new playable character Gold Lewis Dickinson and address future updates. Be sure to read until the end. Okay. Introducing Gold Lewis Dickinson. Unparalleled brute strength. The Secretary of Absolute Defense. The Absolute Unit. Gold Lewis Dickinson. Gold Lewis Dickinson, voiced by Masafumi Kimura. Height? 7 feet tall. Damn, he's a big boy. Weight, 566 pounds. Blood type A. Birth date, October 9th. United States of America. Hobby, investigating UMAs, which I think is unidentified something. I forget. You can tell me in the comments, it's fine. Values, his Miles Davis records, cherry pie. No wonder he's so big. There's a lot of calories in pie. That's very carb dense. Dislikes, people who believe in ghosts and UFOs. Okay. Some of you might recognize him from his appearances in the story mode. He's the American Secretary of Defense, a mainstay of the nation who has earned the trust of those around him. His hobby is searching for and collecting unidentified organisms, and a mysterious life form is contained within the large coffin he uses as a weapon. Be sure to try out his respect and taunt commands to enjoy the variety of funny animations. When he wins a match, you can hear several unique voice lines from the opponent, as well as different quotes from Gold Lewis when he wins a round, depending on the match timer. This is his win, his win screen, where he abducts, someone gets abducted. He doesn't abduct them. Someone carts off, sold to the moon. His battle style would fall under the Power Fighter category. Each one of his attacks deals heavy damage, making him capable of showing a certain degree of strength, even with only one-off hits. His aerial attacks come from his low trajectory jump. His aerial attacks coming from his low trajectory jump are especially powerful, meaning players can jump right into matches even only using his standard attacks. He has a unique meter called the security level, and his projectile-based special moves power up as the level increases. The level decreases after using these special moves, and increases as time passes. When the level is high, his projectile moves become quite strong, so the player needs to create a game plan based on their opponent's character and the situation. That's pretty standard, right? I don't need to go into Gold Lewis. You're not here to... Actually, I should talk about that. YouTube lets me see viewer analytics, all right? All right? So I can see what you've been watching, right? If you watch this video in aggregate, I can't see what each individual person is watching, but a lot of you are watching Gold Lewis videos. A lot. You love Gold Lewis. You think he's the best. Something about Faust players. This is a Faust player kind of character. Y'all are big on the big boy. But I understand, right? Faust is big. Gold Lewis is big. Funny haha, right? It's that same vibe, I gotcha. All right. Where were we? I believe the inputs for his Behemoth Typhoon special moves have also garnered some attention. That is true. I really love his mechanics here. Like this move is, to me, it just screams fun, right? Like this is so whack, but it's also very novel. It's fresh. It's a very fresh take on a half circle move, right? No matter what you do, you can always get something, which is satisfying for new players. But yeah, it's good. I love it. Behemoth Typhoon is a series of special moves where Gold Lewis swings his coffin along the trajectory of the half circle inputted, as seen above. While the mechanic itself may be simple, inputs involving upwards inputs will cause Gold Lewis to jump, making it necessary to cancel into them after another move, such as a normal. That's not entirely true. If you jump, it is technically possible to do these standing, but it requires just frame precision, which means you have to do a overhead half circle excruciatingly fast. It's like ridiculously fast. If you're willing to cheat and tool assist, you could probably make it happen. Or if you just want to sweat it out on a joystick. I wouldn't recommend trying to do it on hitbox. I play on hitbox, and these kinds of inputs can't be done as quickly as you would need to, and as consistently as you need to. Unlike other inputs, Behemoth Typhoon requires the player to hold the final directional input. This mechanic has been introduced to prevent unintentional inputs triggering the attack and to make the input distinct from his standard heavy/normals. Try keeping this in mind if you are struggling with the inputs. Very good. Because he has half circles bound, like you input half circles all the time, you might not even notice it. So it's good that they put like fail safe or like made it stricter, right? And that the moves are like very precisely defined and like how they need to be input, because you don't want to like move about and suddenly just like trigger Behemoth Typhoon, right? That's no good. Providing depth to simple mechanics is one of the main concepts behind GGST, something clearly expressed by this move and Golddick as a character. You can start playing matches with him without using Behemoth Typhoon at all, and combos as well as basic set play are all possible using only versions of Behemoth Typhoon without upward directional inputs, or only using the aerial versions. Once you're able to use each version of Behemoth Typhoon by canceling from normals, the amount of pressure you can put on the opponent multiplies, and an even higher level of potential awaits, depending on your creativity and precise inputs. Our intent was to make a character who shows increased power the more you practice. Give him a try, and his plethora of intricacies for yourself. Oh, I said that out of whack. That was whack. Hold on. Let me try again. Give him a try and experience his plethora of intricacies for yourself. I've been playing Golddick in my free time too. Dang, he's a Golddick main. You know what? That might explain a lot. You know? You know? What to call Golddick? We've heard from some players that they don't know what to call him, since he is referred to as Secretary Dickinson in story mode, but now as Golddick. In the Guilty Gear series, we refer to all of the characters using their first names to keep it short, unless there is a particular reason to do otherwise. In this case, others use his family name in the story mode due to his position as the Secretary of Defense. To make things clear, he will be referred to as Golddick in the game and official materials, as this is his shortened name. However, the way other characters refer to one another will depend on their relationship. We apologize for the confusion, but we hope everyone can remember his full name. And say it with me. Golddick Dickinson. It's a good name. Battle balance adjustments. All right. This is why you're here, right? To hear about battle balance. If you play Faust, and I play Faust, you care quite a bit about battle balance, because right, you know, we know okay, this is a shared experience we're going through right now, so let's just bask in it. All right, this might not address everything that we want to see. That's okay. Fighting games are about playing the long game, or if your character still sucks, playing Melty Blood, which is releasing in a few months. Anyways, let's get into it. Battle balance adjustments. We plan to release an update with battle adjustments during the latter half of August. Okay, we got a timeline. That's soon, actually. It's August now. It's August 5th. Nice. This is part of a two-step adjustment we are looking into by having another update around October. Okay. In In the late August update, our main goals are strengthening the characters we've determined to be lacking in power, and improving moves that don't have enough options for use. That's Faust. That's Faust. That sounds like Faust. But, you never know, okay? This is ArcSys, all right? ArcSys patches, sometimes, it's like monkey's paw, you know? It's just like the monkey's paw curls, right? You're like, it's like, I want mix to combo in every situation. And it's like, yeah. But then it's like, oh, well, now it prorates extra hard, or there's like some other thing, or some other character got a move that like completely obliterates you in the matchup, right? So just stay positive, all right? Let's see. We plan to pinpoint the changes we make to specific targets, rather than making overall changes. That means some characters may remain unchanged. That's okay. Alright, that's fine. Honestly, like, I think a lot of Faust's issues are not actually related to other characters so much. Like, a lot of the problems you might run into as Faust are not actually, like, they're not a property or not a result of the other character's options. They do involve the other character, right? There are some situations that are kind of shitty. But a lot of the solutions to, like, say, balance out a matchup that might be lopsided, like Soul or May or whatever, can come from buffing Faust, right? If you watch my Soul versus, like, match that I posted against Smash player Ventus, the pace of that match seemed pretty real, right? Like, outside of getting like shunted into the corner, but like neutral felt really slow pit. Like, I could jockey for space, you know, I did have whiff punish options. They just didn't do much damage, or they didn't combo into anything, or they didn't lead to knockdown, or they didn't like get me much, right? So you can still win exchanges as Faust. I think he actually wins exchanges pretty soundly, but he doesn't get anything like all that great off of them, and in some matches he just can't really do well, right? Due to his, like, I don't know, some of his other options are kind of like sad, and like the anti-air department, the fact that he's like a big boy, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, depending on what they do, depending on what they change, right? We might have some new tools to play with. Maybe mix will actually like make sense as a move. I found a combo, as an aside, the mix combo. It's from counter hit, like counter hit jump in into one button into mix, and I can get the mix loop only if I swizzle the stick in a weird motion before the mix ends. I think it's a bug, like similar to like how mix worked in beta, where you could loop it up to 3 times. I think that bug is still in the game, but it only affects this one situation where you normally can't combo for mix. Like what the hell? What? Why? All right, I want that move fixed. Okay, ArcSys, listen to me. Fix mix. It should be called fix. That's what you need to do. All right. Anyways, we are considering changes to damage output or minor adjustments to the properties of overwhelmingly powerful characters and moves. Nice. However, we will make these decisions very carefully. Good. I like the sound of that. With the second update, we plan to make detailed overall adjustments to improve the depth and fun of the game. I like the sound of that. We'd like to address the details of this another time. However, as a general plan, our number one priority is to make controlling the characters and playing matches more fun. Okay. In addition, we will continue to address unintended issues with the game separate from the schedule above. We've avoided making adjustments that would impact battle balance until late August. However, we are aware that the effects of some bug fixes have impacted Zato's eddy moves or make the game freeze when certain moves clash under specific conditions. Yabe. While we intend to address each bug in a timely manner, we may keep in some of the unintended effects we've found if we determine they make the game more fun. I hope they don't think mix mechanics are fun. Alright? Alright? Okay, ArcSys? There's nothing fun about not knowing why your combo drops. Okay? I've spent a month studying that move. I can't I can't figure it out. They're not going to patch it. I can tell. I can already tell. But that's okay. That's okay. If I get other changes, I'll be very happy. While it would be difficult to share the basis for such decisions, we ask for your understanding. And that's important, right? Critical non-battle related bugs. We have confirmed the existence of both large and small bugs outside of battle, including those players have reported to us. We appreciate everyone's cooperation towards improving the game's quality. One particular issue we have noted as critical is a bug where replay data cannot be played back correctly after applying the Golddick patch. We will be fixing this bug within the month. We ask for your patience until the fix is available. Nice. So, that is also a reason why I haven't uploaded any replays or replay reviews. I can't, like, all my replays saved are currently borked, so I can only upload live footage. So, like, stripping that from the stream lowers the quality. So, I can just do direct capture, right? Because I'm a salary man. I can afford capture devices and hard drives and shit. And video editing software, whatever. But it's a lot more work than just hitting record and just playing through a few matches and then talking over it. But I will probably do that if it's not going to be if it's going to be a while. All right, I'll figure something out and get you more content. You hungry people. We are also working on making improvements to the play environment in each mode, including offline modes, to address issues such as the connection to the server upon launching the game, taking a long time outside of Asia, as well as network errors occurring during lobby and player matches. Great. Keep an eye out for an announcement regarding these improvements. Perfect. Next, I would like to answer some messages we've received from readers since the game's release. This is the important stuff, alright? This is the most important thing you'll read in this entire breakdown. Developer's Backyard. Question: is Golddick the guy eating a hamburger in the background of a stage in Exerd Sign? That's his brother. Golddick is the younger brother, and the sheriff is the elder. The elder brother is also a capable man with a strong sense of justice. However, he finds constraints troublesome. So he chooses to live a carefree life as a sheriff. Okay, this is not bad. This is not bad because now you can commission artwork of both Golddick and the sheriff eating together in Neo McDonald's. All right? Get that. Your heart will be full. All right? Will additional music that can be obtained via finishing be added in the future? Fishing. I think they're talking about fishing, not finishing. That's all right. Fishing. While additional songs will be added for future playable characters, any other music additions are being looked into with consideration for each circumstance. For example, we have received requests to add the additional tracks from the Korean version of Reload and are currently working on getting them added to the game. That's sick. That's so sick. The Korean OST for Reload is it's like a whole extra soundtrack. It's so good. It's so good. We are also looking into adding themes of characters who are not playable in GGST from prior series titles. Also good. Also good. There's some bangers, all right? Bangers. We have also received requests to adjust the volume balance for individual songs, as well as the option for random selection between songs registered as favorites. Very good. We can only say we will be looking into this next for now. However, we will continue working to approach an ideal implementation via future updates. That sounds great. All of that sounds fantastic. Will it be possible for the lobby avatars to actually use moves like Gunflame or Vapor Thrust when the player inputs them, or to perform animations with button inputs, or to roll dice or play soccer? Who asked that question? I imagine it was someone at ArcSys put in that question, all right? It's like the guy working on the lobby system is just like, he's like feeding these kinds of questions into the question box. We've seen your requests and would like to make them happen. However, we are prioritizing improving the play experience during matches at the moment. And you can imagine that it's just Katano talking directly to his own employee, all right? His lobby guy is like, I want to work on soccer. You guys told me I could work on soccer and doing special moves in the lobby. And they're like, dude, you didn't even finish matchmaking. What are you, what are you doing? All right. Perfect. About the next volume of Developer's Backyard. That's all for this volume of Developer's Backyard. While we will continue this project, we are looking into options such as live streams where we can directly exchange opinions with the players in addition to the text format. As both Ishiwatari and I are still busy, I can't make any promises about when this would happen. Hopefully, we will be able to make an announcement relatively soon. That sounds amazing. That sounds great. I like that kind of interaction. This is smart. I find that it's been slow, given that, you know, we're used, here in the West, we're used to developers already being able and ready to take community feedback, right? We see it in a lot of different games from a lot of different studios where they have kind of like player communication on lock already, and they have for years, because this kind of started ages ago, where player feedback was very important, right? And the West has always been about modifying existing games, community like support, community mods, all that stuff. So there's a history of it, right? It's like player feedback has always been kind of like a focus. But for ArcSys, they haven't even had it like a US office that long, right? That's a pretty new venture for them, like opening up the ArcSys U offices. Now, they mostly did that to handle like US properties, like managing the like River City franchise and stuff like that. But it's an avenue for communication that just wasn't really there, or didn't have enough people, right? Before COVID, like the ArcSys U people were at tournaments like Combo Breaker and stuff, and just like they had open demos, they were taking feedback, they had surveys and stuff. It's one of the reasons why rollback was implemented in Guilty Gear, is everyone at the tournament was given a survey card and said, what do you want to see in Strive? And everyone at the tournament, you had to play the demo to get a survey card. Everyone wrote rollback, please. Please put in rollback. Please, GGPO, something. Give us rollback. We want rollback. So imagine getting every single card from an event, right, dumped on your desk, and it's just rollback, 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 rollback. Right? This is like... But that was the first major instance of player feedback that they had gotten ever. And that was only like 2 years ago, right? So they're coming a long way quite quickly. As far as like game development is concerned, as far as like a Japanese company is concerned, like this outreach they're doing, I'm very positive for. I like this a lot. The people at ArcSys work very hard, you know, and they might not know a lot of things, right? I feel like a lot of the stuff you're hearing about with regards to Strive, right? And I'll like, there's goofs, and you're like, how, like, with the communicating to server stuff, you might have heard about Totsugeki and the what they did to Totsugeki is like a you download it and it like bypasses the communicating to server stuff. It runs a little program in the background to optimize the communication requests from server to client. And it's doing stuff that ArcSys should have done in the beginning. Like, it's obvious, like, just database management stuff. It's like, what are you doing, dummy? Come on. But, you know, ArcSys is, it's not easy to, it's not easy to know things, especially in a pandemic where you can't even bring in, like, consultants, right? It's like game development is about squashing out, stamping out what you don't know. And as people like leave projects, as people like go off to do other things, leave the company, new people come in, all this stuff, knowledge like just evaporates and comes and goes like the wind. All it takes is like, you know, just like missing one guy or missing one person or one expert, or not being able to get the like networking person you really wanted to come in to like talk about shit, to like throw an entire feature out of whack, right? It's like game development is like this real like you're planning really early, trying to design a game to not break once it's all made, and you know, having all the knowledge you need to make sure that goes off without a hitch is not, that's a tall order, right? And the only thing you can do to solve that is communication, right? Communication. And that's also difficult because a huge portion of their audience and the people who are loudest about like good networking features are people in like not, they don't speak Japanese, right? It's like, or they're not speaking Japanese as their first language, or they're, and that's just not even barring like the actual like difficulty of say like communicating entire like broad like computer science concepts to other people, right? Like there's a lot that goes into just making sure everyone making decisions knows what to do and how to do it. Everyone working on what they're working on knows what to do and how to do it. So I think ArcSys is doing a great job at reaching out to know things, to try and know things, to accept feedback, and I hope that leads to better games in the future. I hope that every title that comes out after Strive has great matchmaking, has great rollback, right? Doesn't have like the hiccups that they're going through. This is like their first UE4 title with rollback, right? That's a big ask. UE4 is like the chunky monkey of game engines. I say this from a game dev background. There's a lot of moving parts in UE4. And like tooling that engine for rollback to optimize it for rollback, that's a big ask. Which actually makes me curious, because Rising Thunder and the team that got gobbled up by Riot Games, the Cannon Brothers, they got gobbled up by Riot with their title, which was a UE game. I think it was a UE4 title that was rollback enabled. Rising Thunder was built in Unreal Engine, right? But it was a very simple title, right? There wasn't a lot going on. So the Riot fighting game is also going to be like a UE4, like rollback enabled title. And so I'm interested to see how they do it. If we'll hear from the Cannon Brothers once development is finally done on that title. You know, I'm interested to hear about the trials and tribulations of the Cannons and their ridiculous Riot fighting game, right? They had all the money dollars in the world to do development on that. So we will see. We will see how they did later. My phone's going off. Anyways. Announcement. EVO 2021 Online, the largest international fighting game event, will be starting August 7th. Thanks to all of the support from our players, GGST has been selected as a main title. Be sure not to miss the intense competition between top players from all over the world. That's all for Volume 7 of Developer's Backyard. Thank you for reading to the end. We appreciate your support and would like your feedback in regards to our Guilty Gear Strive survey. Our goal is to improve the overall quality and enjoyment of Guilty Gear Strive. With your help, we can reach our goal more and more. Be sure to take the survey linked here. We are currently accepting submissions for topics you'd like for us to discuss in a future Developer's Backyard, as well as questions and comments via the form below. Please note that we cannot answer inquiries regarding playable characters that have yet to be announced. Also, please be aware that we cannot answer every submission. Check out the official GGST Twitter for the latest info. For English tweets, follow ArcSysWorksU. And that's that. So, I feel good. I hope you feel good. And that was the Developer's Backyard. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Crack. And I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.